Hey, Tony here of TL Yarn Crafts, and I'm so excited for tonight for lots and lots of reasons, but I'm going to get into those in just a second. But first off, for everybody who's coming in, I want you to let me know who you are, where you're checking in from, what you're working on tonight. Tonight, I am swatching something brand new. It's still really tiny. It's so small, and this isn't the yarn I'm ultimately going to use, but I had kind of a stroke of inspiration, and I was like, you know what, let me try this. Let me see how this works out. And it's actually working out like really well. Like it's becoming a thing that I thought it was going to be. I'm probably going to have to change my hook size. I think I'm too big on the hook, but it's turning out. So more fingering weight shawls are coming. Just be aware. But as you guys are coming in, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Definitely let me know who you are, where you're checking in from, and what you are working on. Like I said, I'm swatching some fun stuff, but I have some announcements before we jump into it. But tonight is a really, really great topic. Tonight we're going to talk about how to craft a killer Instagram profile. We're talking about everything that is kind of static on your page, not including your posts. We're not talking stories today. Today we're talking about setting up your account the right way and making sure that when somebody lands on your profile page that it is stellar and that they couldn't think of one reason not to follow you. We are going to find out how to make your profile look just like that. Yes, Wonder Kate, there will be more fingering weight shawls. Please be aware. For any crocheters out there who have some beautiful fingering weight yarn that is just sitting in your stash and waiting to become something, and I'm sure if you're anything like me, you're like, oh, well, I'll just learn how to knit and I'll make something out of it. No, I'm going to make something for you to use up all that pretty yarn. Hi, Mom. So Crocheting Lefty says she is in Arizona working on the Adore shawl. Oh, so exciting. Let me know how it turns out. You already know. Use the Adore shawl hashtag so I can see that. My babe says he's from West Side Detroit. Debatable, but we won't get into it. Not tonight. Hugs and Stitches. Hey, Christy. She's working on a beach dress. How cute. I love it. Casey from New Jersey here. Hello. Wait, Casey. I have a Casey in New Jersey. That must be a different Casey. Hi, Casey. Hello from Brazil. I started Tunisian crochet because of you. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yay. Thank you for trying that out. And if anybody else is interested in learning Tunisian crochet, you haven't joined one of my lives before, you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TLYarncrafts. All of my tutorials are right there. Bridget from Cali sewing up a dress for my nugget and some skirts for myself. It's so hot here. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you guys got the heat. For whatever reason, it's been like low 70s here for the past 2 or 3 days, and I don't love it. I need it to be warm. Thanks. Kenna from San Antonio. Did I say that right? From San Antonio, Texas, working commission 10-stitch blanket in the glorious Tunisian crochet. Tunisian's the best, right? It's just the best. Hello from Sanford, North Carolina. Just purchased your bundle package. Whoop, whoop. So let's talk about that real quick, okay? And I'm not going to beat you guys in the head about it, because I'm sure you've seen it everywhere, because there's like 50 different patterns in it, which means I think altogether there's like over 40 or like just under 40 designers that are involved. But right now there is a promotion going on. It's called the Summer Fun Crochet Pattern Bundle. Basically it is 50 patterns, over 50 patterns for $19, okay? Not only that, that's not the only reason I get excited, because honestly, you had me at 50 patterns for $19. You don't even have to say anything else. I'll take it. What is it? I'm buying it. Aside from that, the reason that I'm so excited for this round of it, because this is the second time I've done this, but the reason I am so excited is because, let me take my charger out, because last time I had it in, my phone overheated. I'm excited for this because this beauty is in there, okay? This, if you've been living under a rock for the last 2 days, and that's cool, I'm not judging you. This is the Sophia Cardigan. This is a Sophia Cardigan. I'm going to spin it around. This is my brand spanking new pattern. Just debuted Monday. Now, the thing about it is, as gorgeous as it is, and you guys know that I'm super on top of getting this into every one of my shops. That's what I do with all of my patterns. It goes into all of my shops. You can get it the day that it debuts. Super duper exciting stuff. The thing about it is, the Sophia Cardigan is only available inside of the Summer Fun Pattern Bundle this week. You can't get it in my shops. You can't email me and be like, "Ooh, Tony, I really, really want to make it. Can you please sell it to me right now?" Nope. You can only get it inside of the bundle. And that's cool because that's a really, really great deal, because this pattern by itself is going to be $7.50, but you can get a bundle with like 49 plus other patterns for $19. So in essence, you're getting some of those patterns for free, basically, because even if you said you paid $7.50 for this, the value of all those other patterns, I mean, you're saving over, I think, like $250, which is huge. That is an insane value. And especially with my Maker Strong roots, I am all for, being paid what you're worth. And ultimately, all of us as designers, if we're doing what we're supposed to do and promoting this bundle, we are getting what we're worth. And we're so very grateful to every single one of you, because we do receive, obviously, a commission off of this. That commission supports our additional work, making more patterns, doing these lives, updating things to YouTube, running my blog. That money makes it so I don't have to have a real job outside of my house, and that I can really just play with yarn all day. So don't look at it like, oh, it's a sleazy commission type thing. Like, no, you are supporting our content by buying this bundle from us and giving us this commission. And I'm so very grateful for it. So everybody who's already bought the bundle, thank you, whether you bought it from me or bought it from somebody else. But here's the thing. If you bought it from me, whether you bought it from me already or you're planning to buy it from me, there are some additional incentives. Not only are you getting this pattern on early release, but if you buy the pattern through me, you're going to get a 15% off coupon from UU Yarns, which is the yarn that I use to make this. You'll get a 15% off coupon to buy the yarn if you want to make the exact cardigan that I did. And everybody who buys it from me is going to get entered into a drawing to win 2 additional patterns. So 2 people from whatever pool of people have purchased the pattern bundle through me, 2 people will have an opportunity to receive 2 additional patterns. Now, here's the thing. What I'm considering is, depending on how many people buy the bundle, I might have that number continue to increase. So, for example, if 30 people buy my bundle, maybe 3 of those people will get 2 additional patterns. If 40 people buy the bundle, maybe 4 people will get 2 additional patterns. Or, I don't know, maybe we'll get completely crazy, and if 30 people buy the pattern, 2 people will get 3 patterns. And if 40 people buy the pattern, 2 people will get 4 patterns. I haven't decided yet. Either way, there's a giveaway for you to win additional patterns if you buy the bundle from me. So that link is up in my bio. It's also in my stories. It's on my blog. If you received an email from me today, it's like all over that email. So look into it. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm completely done talking about it. Aside from the fact that you should go get it because you should make the the Sophia Cardi. It's like really freaking cute. And so I received a lot of response about this cardigan, and I was talking to some friends of mine, and I sent them the picture. I was like, what is this? Like, how would you style this cardigan? I've heard everything from I'd wear it to work, to I'd wear it to church, to I would, change the colors of it and I'd wear it to a party, to I'd wear it to a baby shower, to I'd wear it on a first date, to I would, throw it over my shoulders if I was walking on the beach. Like I've heard just from beginning to end. So the versatility of this style, of this design, as simple as it is, really can just go anywhere. And that's what I love about it. That's why I designed it, because I wanted it to be something that you can, put in your purse, or maybe you put in the backseat of your car, or you hang it over your desk chair. So it's always kind of accessible for whenever you need it. It's lightweight enough, but it's still long sleeve, but it's not like a floor length cardigan. You're not in a blanket. You are literally just in a kind of light jacket, light cardigan type situation. And that was the whole point of it. So I'm gonna let her hang out back here. And just to let you know one more time, if you want the pattern now, you have to get the summer fun pattern bundle, and the link for that is in my bio and all of my places. Okay, so I'm going to center again. And the one other announcement that I wanted to make before I jump into this topic, because it's a really, really good one tonight, is that if you are interested in testing patterns for TL Yarn Crafts, which basically means I send you kind of a bare copy of the pattern ahead of time, and you make it, and then you answer some questions for me. If you're interested in testing patterns for TL Yarn Crafts, I have a link to that in my bio as well, because specifically, and I've received a lot of really great response, and not everyone who asked to be a tester became one. But if you have not applied yet and you're interested in being a pattern tester, and you haven't received an email from me saying that you're in or whatever, if you haven't applied yet, go ahead and apply. Specifically, I am putting a call out there for people who wear like a size 1X. I have a lot of people in like a small, medium, large, and I have actually a lot more of the people than I expected in a 2X size, but I'm a little thin on the number of people who are in a 1X size. So if you wear a 1X or somebody around you does and you'd like to pattern test stuff to make for them, whatever, go ahead and click the link in my bio. After we're done here, don't leave. Don't leave right now, but after we're done here, click the link in my bio and go ahead and apply to be a pattern tester. Okay, I'm going to get caught up on the comments, and then we are getting in here on how to craft a killer Instagram bio, okay? Hello, Dubai. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy to me that people are like all over the world. Is it Newfoundland? And I'm weaving in a week's worth of ends, girl. Well, you are in the right place because you've got like an hour to get those ends in before I stop talking. I'm in San Diego and I'm working on my pattern. Fabulous. Thank you, Nikki. Just got the summer pattern bundle today. Whoop, whoop. I love it. I'm working on a new pattern from NB. Is that New Brunswick? I feel like I should know that. It's 3 a.m. here. I had to stay up for this live. Are you kidding me? It's going to be on the replay. Please go to sleep. 3 a.m.? I don't think I'll ever be cool enough to keep somebody up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Jen from Utah working on an amigurumi piece. I love it. Let's see. Supposed to be marking papers for PEI Canada, but watching you and crocheting. Hey, no shame. No shame for me. I've been crocheting all afternoon and I have 50 bazillion things to do. But hey, when the spirit hits you, you got to do what you got to do. Hey, Ellen. Hey, darling. Okay. Anita, hello. I see you slip in there. Rachel, I see you in here. I bought the last bundle. Fabulous. Well, you should get this one too. It's a really, really good one. Is that it on the comments? Got my summer pattern bundle yesterday. I don't know what to make first. Oh my gosh, it's like impossible. So I bought the last bundle and I am also buying this one, and I keep the patterns just for myself. I download them all to my computer. And one day when I don't have 50 bazillion things going on, I have a few that are starred that I'm planning to make as well. Like, even if you're not planning to make the patterns right now, it's nice to have like a good library of patterns. And a lot of them are really, really good for gifting as well. And a lot of them are kind of beginner and intermediate friendly. So even if you don't crochet already and you're looking for something to try, I mean, between the 50 plus patterns in there, I'm sure you will find one that meets your skill level. Yay, I did get the last one from you, but we'll make sure to get it this time. Yes, definitely get it from me because there will be a giveaway and it's going to be good. You've channeled Chanel in this piece. Do you think so? Oh, that makes me feel that makes me feel very special. What kind of yarn is it made with? I mean, is it lightweight for spring? Yes, this is a sport weight yarn. So it's kind of the midpoint between DK and fingering. So it's not as thin as sock yarn, not as heavy as like my Adore shawl, for example. So it is definitely lightweight. It's got kind of a lacy texture to it. So air is going to move through it, but it's also made of merino wool. So it's got, and it's super wash too. Just so many good things about this. So the merino means that it's still going to give you some warmth. Sport weight means that it's light. Color block means that it just looks good on everyone. I think the length is meant to hit you kind of mid-hip, so right below your pants line. So it still covers up some things if you want it covered, and it's really easy to make changes to it as well. And I also didn't add a whole bunch of extra finishing as far as like a collar or extra stuff to the cuffs or anything like that, because I really wanted it to be just kind of a nice layering piece that kind of exists on its own and doesn't try to overtake the entire outfit unless you want it to, which it totally can. Ontario, not far from you. Oh yeah, Ontario's not far. I'm trying to think of, I feel like when I was living in Detroit, I almost went to Ontario once. Does that count? I don't think so. Doing dreaded ends here too. Yeah, ends are never fun. London here, I can't sleep. So very excited to watch this. Awesome. Well, let me try and jump right into it. Oh gosh, there's a lot. I missed a lot. I don't see the coupon for the 15%. The 15% will come once the entire bundle is done. Once I have an entire list of everyone who's purchased a pattern from me, I'm going to email everyone the coupon. So don't worry. The coupon is not available in the bundle unless you purchased it from me, and you're going to get that email from me probably Saturday, because the bundle closes on Friday. So if you've purchased the bundle from someone else, you're not going to get the coupon. I'm sorry, babe. You have to purchase it through me to get the coupon for the yarn. Yeah, I drive to Cedar Point every summer. I love Cedar Point. Oh my gosh, I went like a million billion times. Okay, I am all caught up. I am. Okay, so throw up some hearts if you are so excited for tonight. I am so stinking excited to talk Instagram all month long. Like, I could literally talk Instagram all year, but I know that there's a lot of other things that us makers need to have conversations about. So Instagram is just going to be for the month of June. It is also my birthday month. So I think it coincides well because it's my favorite topic in the best month of the year. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so tonight we are talking about how to craft a killer Instagram profile. And first off, let me jump in and tell you why it is so important to craft that killer profile. Okay, so when it comes to us as makers, we are our brand. Unless you, I see those hearts, I see them, unless you are like a marketing director for a company, which I'm not thinking many of us are here. If you are the person behind your business, whatever it happens to be, then you are your brand. And I think it's important for us to make sure that our brand represents our personality, represents our style, represents our voice. And your profile is one of the first places that you can have that voice. And in a lot of ways, while we all do our best to have really beautiful websites and really gorgeous, web stores and blogs and all that stuff, if somebody finds you on Instagram first, to a degree, that is also your homepage. So you need to take the time to invest in that kind of landing page for your business, just like you do everywhere else. Like, I know a lot of us will obsess over what the homepage of our website looks like, or we will find a template, or we will even farm out the process of building our blogs. We need to put that same kind of investment into our Instagram profiles, because if somebody finds you there first, they need to have the same impression of you there as they would if they went to your website first or went to your blog first. Okay, let me get some hearts if that all makes sense. A lot, like, in today's age of social media being one of the many faces of your business, you really need to invest in your profile so you can have people have the same experience on your Instagram profile as they do when they go to your blog or to your webpage. Okay, so, hi, Kim. You're working on a flat iron shawl? Oh, I'm glad you like it. Well, if you missed it, Kim, I'm actually working on another fingering weight shawl, and I hope you really like it. And it's, fingers crossed, it'll come out later this year. Okay, so if you're here tonight, I'm guessing that you already know how important it is that your Instagram profile look good, right? So I'm going to jump into 5 ways to craft that killer Instagram profile. All of that static information that people will see that will build the experience that they have when they first approach your business on Instagram, okay? So number 1, this is what I need you to do. I really, really hope this is obvious, but in case it is not, you need to have a public profile for your business. I feel like I need to say that because, and I'll kind of give you guys some behind the scenes on part of my Instagram strategy. Whenever somebody follows me on Instagram, I click on their name and I look them up. I'm like, if you're going to take the time, if you're going to take the effort to follow me here on Instagram, I'm going to take the time and look into you some and get to know who you are as a potential customer, who you are as just somebody who's now part of my community, who you are as a person who has related to me here on this platform. So I can't tell you how many times I have clicked on somebody's profile and it has been private, but then in the description in their actual bio, it says that they run a business and that you can find them on Etsy or whatever. Yeah, that don't work, because you can say whatever you want in your bio, but if I can't see your feed and see what your product is and see who you are, that is not going to entice me to click the link in your bio. If you run a business, your profile needs to be public. Now, that's not to say that you have one single, profile for your entire life. Maybe it's got your kids on it or like private family events or whatever. That's cool. Maybe you just need to make another account. And thankfully, with the way that Instagram is set up, you can easily bounce back and forth between accounts. But whichever account is linked to your business needs to be public. I wish this was common knowledge, but it's not. Yeah, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done that. Yeah, Detroit Notch says, yeah, I've seen it. And it's private, and that's just, like, what sense does that make, right? So I'm not going to harp on that a whole lot, but if you're one of those people and you know who you are, if your business profile is private, please make a note on your arm, put a sticky note on your forehead. As soon as this Instagram Live is done, as soon as this replay, if you're watching on YouTube, is done, you need to go make your go make your profile public, okay? Next up, switch to a business account. And I'm going to say this for several different reasons. And I've actually made notes so I made sure I didn't miss anything. One, when you make your profile that's linked to your business a business account, it gives you a lot more features and a lot more options. Number one, a business account is free. You don't pay anything extra. You will get prompted every now and then to post ads. You just scroll past it. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked my shirt. It says Crochet is Bae. This was a prototype shirt that never actually came out, but we'll see. It might. So it doesn't cost you any money to become a business account. You get a whole bunch of extra features from Instagram. One of those features being it gives you the opportunity to have a contact button and also a shopping button. So if you become a business account, you'll have the option to tag products in your posts. And if you tag enough product posts, it gives you a whole separate shop button that is not the link in your bio. It gives you a shop button where people can basically shop your feed, which is amazing. Also, and thank you for bringing that up, you get analytics when you become a business account. And the analytics that Instagram offers you for free are insanely valuable. If you try and pull those same kind of analytics, for example, from your WordPress website, you're probably paying somebody $15 to $30 a month for that kind of information. And Instagram gives it to you for free if you're a business account. Now, on the other end, of course, Instagram is getting their fair share from you for being a business account. They also have access to your analytics. They also will try to sell you ads, and probably over the next 5 years, you'll buy one or two just to see if it works, and they'll make their money back. But you get some amazing analytics. You get additional buttons that will not crowd up your bio, because of course with your bio you only get one link. But when you have a business account on Instagram, you basically have like 5 links, because you have email, you have directions, you have shop, and you have, I think, what is the other one? Email, directions, shop, something else. There's like 4 that'll float underneath the actual link in your bio. And I love looking at my stats too. I hear you, Rachel. I love peeking at them. And I do every week, every Sunday, and I've mentioned it before here in my lives, I have a spreadsheet where I track analytics for all of my platforms. So my website, my blog, all of my social media, my newsletter, all that stuff. So every Sunday I set aside about an hour and a half to pull all my analytics. And being a business account on Instagram makes it so all of those analytics are in one place, and it makes that process so much faster. Don't you have to have a certain number of followers for that feature to work? For the shop feature, I'm not sure. I know that it was rolling out kind of in phases, and I think now that if you're a business account, you will have that feature to have shop buttons. But of course, you have to be a business account. I have to figure the shop tag because I'm a business account, but I don't see where to add that. So when you, and I might be wrong on this. I don't work for Instagram. I know that I have the feature, and it might be different for other people. If you are a business account and you have to have your shop linked to a Facebook business account. I know that that's true. So you have to have your shop linked to a Facebook business account. So I have my Shopify site linked to my Facebook business account. And of course, my Facebook business account is attached to my Instagram business account. So Instagram is pulling that data from Facebook linked to my business. So if you have a Facebook business account, a Facebook business page, basically, you can link your shop to Facebook, and then that pulls the data into Instagram. At least that's the way that I did it. And then once you've done all of that, the way that you'll be able to see the buttons to tag your product is when you go to do a post on the same page where you put in your caption and where you can tag people, right underneath that, it'll say tag products. And you can either tag products or tag people in your posts. So you have to do a little bit of work on the back end, but once it's it's all set up, anything that you update in your shop will become a product that you can post on Instagram. Now, I will say one thing I'm a little frustrated about is I currently do not have the ability to tag digital products in my Instagram posts as products. So like most of my patterns, well, all of my patterns, I can't tag those as product. I can tag my t-shirts, I can tag my mugs, I can tag my pins, but I can't tag my patterns. I'm hoping that changes. I don't know if it will or won't, but we'll see. What didn't you know about the shop button? Oh yeah, there's a shop button. So the only way that the shop button shows up for your customers is if you tag, I think you have to tag like at least 5 photos with that little shop icon, and then that shop button shows up. So then it looks like, as I'm sure some of you have seen already, that you'll click the link in bio says, I think it's like linkedin.bio. Some of the accounts have that. And then it almost looks like another Instagram feed, and you can click on it and it takes you to other places. It almost gives you that option, which is really, really cool. Hello, I'm just catching up on the comments. Do you recommend having a Facebook page? I do, because, and I don't use my Facebook page much. I think I have, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand people following, because I used to use it a lot. Before I got really, really into Instagram and saw a better return on investment there, I used to use my Facebook page a lot. But right now it's basically just a placeholder so that I can attach my shop to Instagram. So in order to turn your Insta into a business page, you have to have a Facebook business page. Yes. I'm 99% sure that that is true. Or you can probably just turn your Instagram into a business page, but in order to connect your shop to Instagram, you need to have a Facebook business page. You have to have a Facebook business account to make your IG. I thought so. Yeah, I don't know if there's a certain number of followers or what, but I did all that Facebook stuff and I can't tag products in my posts. Then I am sorry, babe. I don't know what to do from there. I'm sure there's some information on that somewhere. Maybe you do have to have a certain number of followers, which I'm not sure why that would be. But definitely look into it, because if you have physical product that you're selling from your shop, I think that shop feature, which again is free through Instagram, is a really, really great thing to have. Okay. I've been wondering how that shop button works. Yeah, so that's how it works. Okay, so all of that was basically to say, make sure you have a business account, and basically having a business account has a lot of benefits. It's completely free, and it frees up the link in your bio to be other things. Next up, I think you can add a digital extension to Shopify, then add the digital product. Well, I have the digital product on Shopify. Maybe we'll talk after this, because I have the digital product on Shopify, but it's not showing up as a product when I try and find it in Instagram. I don't know. You have to have the retail category on Facebook to get the shop. Okay. Next up, to make sure that you have a killer bio, you have to be able to be found. And the way that you are found, the only way that people can search for you on Instagram is through your username and through your profile name. So your username is your handle, so it's at TL Yarncrafts, and then your actual name is whatever name that you put in there for it to be. So my name on Instagram, so my handle is at TL Yarncrafts, and then my name is Tony L, and then I have it says #CrochetIsBae. And the reason I did that is because that is a searchable thing for me. So if somebody types Crochet is Bae into the search page on Instagram, I'm going to pop up. If they type Tony L into the search, I'm going to pop up. If they type TL Yarncrafts, I'm going to pop up. So your handle and your profile name are the only 2 ways that people can search for you on Instagram. So you really want to optimize those to be things, one, that makes sense. So if you're a business, you should use your business name, and your business name should be like a series of actual words, most likely preferably properly spelled. Maybe not turn C's into K's, because that gets confusing. Maybe not put zeros instead of O's. That gets confusing. So try to have a handle that you can easily say and that people can easily find. And then also in your name on Instagram, you can put more than your actual name. So I would encourage you to put things like, maybe at least your first name, so people can identify you and they know what your name is. But you could also put your location. You could put your city. If you have a hashtag, I would put that in there. You could even put like some general words or maybe a general phrase related to what you do. So you could put like crochet diva. You could put like Tony the crochet diva as your name. And then if somebody searched crochet diva, you would pop up. So just think about that your handle and your actual name are the only two ways that people can search for you on Instagram. So make sure that those are recognizable and that they are searchable. So I'm TL Yarn Crafts. I could have easily become TL Yarn Crafts with a Z. Yes, it's clever, it's cute, very circa 1996, but that is not the best way for someone to be able to find me. So just make sure if somebody asks you what's your name on Instagram, that it's something that you can easily say and that can be easily spelled by most people who are of your native language. Okay? So, and you can, and of course, I definitely encourage you to play around with whatever you put in as your actual name. So if there's something else that you're identified by, like crochet is bae, obviously is my thing. So I put that in my name so people can find me through that. So you can you can play around with that a little bit. Yes, the Z's kill me. The K's instead of C's kills me. I think sometimes when people put like unnecessary underscores and periods in their name, it kills me because it just makes it harder for me to find you because your handle doesn't have any spaces in it. So you're trying to create spaces by putting underscores and periods. I totally get it, especially if somebody's got your name already. But just understand that you're going to have a little bit more of a challenge marketing yourself. Sorry, my cat is laying in a box back here and he keeps wrestling around and he's like really, really cute and it's like hard for me to concentrate. Okay, so that was number 3. So number 1 was make sure your account is public. Number 2, switch to a business account and make sure you set up all your good stuff on the back end so you can take advantage to all of those benefits. Number 3, make sure we can find you. So make sure your handle and your name on Instagram are recognizable and searchable. And don't be afraid to get creative with your name and put in other things that people might search that you want to be found for. So like your hashtag, for example, or maybe it's your craft. So number 4, let's talk profile photos. And I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can because I think I have like 25 minutes left and I have a lot of bullet points under your profile picture. So your profile picture, a couple things to keep in mind. Your profile picture is small. It's like that big, and you cannot expand it. So every decision that you make related to your profile photo is extremely important because it is so small, but it is the only static image on your profile. So 1, be intentional. When you go to take your profile photo, brush your teeth, wash your face, put on a little makeup if you want to. Make sure your hair looks decent. I liken your profile photo to your profile on any dating app. Okay? Now, not if you're gross. If you're trying to really like find an actual relationship, that's the kind of photo that we're looking for. We're not looking for like, I don't know, Tinder and Grindr. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not going to judge you, but if you're running a business, you want it to be professional, right? So be intentional about what image you're trying to create because that is becoming the face of your business on this social platform. So be presentable. Get your hair done. Put on a little bit of mascara. Brush your teeth. Yes, throw out some other stuff. What else do you need to do? You need to iron your shirt. Put on some jewelry. Clean your glasses if you're wearing your glasses. I don't know, whatever. Pretty much anything, however you plan to take your photo, whether it's going to be from the shoulders up, whether it's just going to be your face. I'm not even saying you have to put on real pants, but just put on a decent shirt and look like you tried. Just look like you tried. Put in the best effort that you can. Yeah, look it up. Grindr's a thing. So my phone's going to die. Hold on, I got to get my charger. Hold on. Come back. Okay. Make sure that's... Oh, no, that won't work. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Here I am. Okay, that's good. Yes, wear something you made. I think that's a great idea. Make sure you don't have any boogers. Oh my gosh, you guys are on top of it, right? So just be presentable, be intentional. Next point, choose the right background. I strongly encourage you to use a background that is representative of your brand, and that can mean a lot of different things. So if I was taking a photo on my phone to use as my profile, I might take it in front of like my sweater here. I might take it in front of my yarn stash. I might take it at a yarn store even. I might just take it somewhere that represents my brand. I probably wouldn't take it like on a mountaintop with beautiful vistas behind me because that has nothing to do with TL Yarn Crafts. I'm not going to take it on a beach with waves behind me. That has nothing to do with my business. There's no frame of reference. It's going to be inconsistent with my feed. So I'm going to take it with yarn related to it. Or if for whatever reason you can't get that perfect photo with what you have at your disposal, I think a solid background works just fine. So maybe you take it up against a solid white wall. Maybe you, I don't know, set up a piece of photo paper behind you in a color that's complementary to your brand, whatever you want it to be. Do you think your profile picture should also show product? And what's your opinion of having your logos as your profile picture? Okay. Here's how I feel about logos. Unless you are only part of your brand, for example, if you work for a company and maybe you're the marketing director, sure, having a logo as your business photo makes sense because there is no face of your brand. But if it's just you and you want people to identify with you as a maker, you want people to know, like, and trust you so they'll buy your product, use your face. Give them a chance to identify with you. I use my face and have since the beginning of even having a profile because I want you're not buying from TL Yarn Crafts. You're buying from me. You're putting money in my pocket to feed my family and my cats and keep a roof over our head and, let us every now and then go bowling and to see a movie. Like, you're supporting an actual person. And that's important for me, for that to be a message within my business. That you and me, we friends now. We people now. We're part of this community together. And that's part of my message. So that's why you always see my face. Maybe I don't post my face enough in my feed. I'm trying to get better about that. But at least with my profile photo, I actually paid to get like legit headshots done because that picture, as well as having my picture other places, is super duper important to me. I know I'm missing a lot of comments here. I think I'm getting some questions. So long story short, unless you are part of a bigger company, corporation, you should have your photo as your profile photo, okay? Oh, my cat is sick. Ours is our logo because there's 3 of us and we won't all fit in and that makes total sense. Like that I totally get. Like, if there are multiple people within your business and having a profile picture with all 3 of you or all 5 of you or all 10 of you doesn't make any sense. If it's just going to look like a bunch of blurry faces, definitely don't do that. You can compensate for that maybe by putting pictures of you within your feed so people can identify with you and doing like Friday introductions and that kind of stuff. How often should you change your profile picture? I would suggest you shouldn't drastically change your profile picture more than once every few months because people will start to associate that picture with your profile. So even if your profile picture was just a black triangle, okay? Let's say it had nothing to do with your business. Regardless, it's an image, it's a pattern that they now will start to identify with you and your business and your profile. If you change that black triangle to an orange circle or to, I don't know, a picture of an ice cream truck or whatever, people are going to be like, what the hell? Who is this? Who am I even following? And that's happened to me before, where somebody will change their profile picture to something wholly unrelated to what they had before. And I'll be like, who is this? Ugh. Because in a lot of ways, like even for you, Rachel, that picture that is your profile of you in your crochet top with your shorts on, I identify that almost faster with your profile than I do your name. because that's what pops up when I'm scrolling through my feed. I see that first because my eye is immediately drawn to a photograph over the actual text. So if you're going to change your picture, I wouldn't encourage you to change it more than once every few months. And when you change your picture, I think it should coincide with a post. So if you change your picture to your beautifully done headshot, then your post for that day should be your beautifully done headshot, and maybe even make mention of the fact that you've changed your profile photo. So you give people a frame of reference of, okay, I need to rewire that part of my brain to know that Tony's profile picture has changed. And now when I'm seeing her account, this is the picture I'm going to see. Just give the people the prompts so that they don't forget that it's you. What did late viewers of this live vid miss? It will be on the replay. If you missed anything, you can definitely go back. It'll be up for 24 hours. What if you just aren't photogenic? I don't believe that. I don't believe that anyone is not photogenic. I don't. Even myself, I don't love having photographs of me taken. The day that I got my pictures done, that was like almost a 2-hour operation of getting my clothes ready and making sure my hair was right and getting my makeup done. Like, you can get a picture. You can put in a little bit of effort, find somebody who is, maybe that's their thing, is taking pictures, get a good camera. I do believe that if you spend a little bit of time on it, that you will get one picture, one picture that makes you feel good and feel proud to put that face forward. I believe that you can do that. So don't say that you are not photogenic. I believe that you are. My face would scare people off. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, because your face is a part of your personality. And it becomes a part of your brand. And if you want people to identify with that, great. If that's not the message of your business, if you don't want people to actually identify with you as the maker, and you just want them to identify with your product, or maybe your goal is not even to sell product, like, that's completely fine. That message, as far as like putting your face up so people can identify with you, that is one way to speak to your customer. You might not want to speak to your customer that way, and that is totally fine. But in my experience, when people see me, when they interact with me, even if it's just through my profile picture, there is a level of trust and connection that they build that I might not be able to do if you just saw the TL Yarn Crafts logo. I'm just saying. Logos are bad as profile pics. Well, gotta change mine. And it's not that they're bad. I just don't think that they're the best option. I don't think logos are the best option for somebody who is the face of their brand. So I think she was in here, a Crafty Concept. I actually met her in person at Midwest Craft Con. I think it was either earlier this year. Yeah, it was earlier this year. And we were having a conversation about her changing from her logo to her face. And I would love it if you're in here to kind of tell us what that experience was like for you, and if that changed anything within you as a maker or within your business. Because I think Melissa as well has a beautiful logo for Woods and Wool. But she recently, as of I think a few months ago, changed to her face. And as somebody who does lives regularly, who's regularly on their stories, who is transitioning some things over to YouTube, we see her face. We identify with her. So it makes a lot of sense that on what is essentially a landing page, her Instagram profile, we now see her face. So it just makes a lot of sense, I think. Okay, you guys are so silly talking about you can't take pictures. How do you pick a good brand name? Not exactly what we're talking about tonight, but I will definitely write that down for the branding month, which I think is August. My engagement went way up after showing my big face on. Shut up, okay? So, and that's the thing, okay? I think that's the thing that we have to reconcile ourselves with sometimes. I encourage you, if your photo currently is your logo, or maybe it's your product or something like that, just push your face up. Try it out, okay? Try it out. If you don't lose followers, leave it up there. That's my suggestion. So Melissa says, yes, I changed mine, and my only regret is not doing it sooner. Seriously love having my face as my profile pic. See? Now, we have a testimonial of why it is so important to have it as your profile picture. I want to keep my logo for my packaging of my items in crochet, and I want to change my profile pic to my face. What places are generally good for taking photos? Any place could be good. I think There's a lot of ways to take a really good photo. Here's some things that I would suggest that you not do. I would encourage you not to have a really cluttered background. So even if I have my yarn in the back, I would take a photo that blurs that out some so the focus is still on me. I would encourage you, if you're going to do it on a white background, edit the photo so that background is nice and bright white, so then the focus can stay on you and it looks very clean and crisp. I wrote some other notes about this. Pick something on brand that featured blah, blah, blah. Show your face unless you have a... This was my other note. I thought this was really clever. It says, unless you have a twin, no one else looks like you, and that's a huge advantage within your business. So nobody else looks like me. Now, I will say I did have a doppelganger of sorts back in college. We went to school at the same time and we used to get confused, but I was also like 5.5 inches taller than her. So unless you just really didn't know us, you couldn't confuse us. But nobody looks like me. Nobody sounds like me. Nobody dresses like me. Nobody has their hair and nails and glasses and teeth just like me. So me being the face of TL Yarn Crafts is a huge advantage for my business, because when you see me, if you know my brand, you know what's up, right? And you've come to know what to expect from me and what kind of product I put out. So when you see my face, when you hear my voice, even through my words and my captions, you know you're talking to Tony and to no one else. And I think that is a huge advantage. So even if you feel some kind of way about putting your face and your true voice online, if you're trying to build your brand through Instagram, this might be a direction that you want to go in, okay? Yes, Mom, we are twins-ish. The only problem with us being twins is that your hair is always way bigger than mine, and I've always been jealous of it. I can't pick it out as big as you get yours. You're an identical twin? Well, I don't know. Wear a different color lipstick. You can have something that identifies you individually. I knew I was gonna get at least one person in here who was a twin. Ugh, you threw my thing off. Well, when I write this up as a blog post, I'm putting that in there. So anyway, people want to interact with a person more than a company. Agreed. And I think that's one of the things that sets us apart by being brands that are built on social media, is that they're interacting with a person. They know that there's a person behind their brands. I recently changed my profile photo from a logo to my face after a photo shoot thanks to Melissa. She sold me when she mentioned it shows my face like someone is really talking to me in my DMs. Yes, that is a great perspective to have. Did you know Jasmine Star has a twin? It blows my mind to see them both. Really? Oh man. Well, unless you have a twin who's in the same industry, who does the same exact thing and probably has a very similar handle to you, I think you can make it work by being the face of your brand. Next up, and this is the fifth kind of tip on how to create a killer bio, is make sure your actual bio, the language in your bio, is interesting, informational, and actionable. So here's what I mean. You as your brand know who you are, you know the message that you want to communicate, and now it's about creating copy, creating a series of words that you put together so that people are, one, interested in following you and interested in what you do, and two, hopefully will click on the link in your bio to go do whatever it is that you want them to do. I've always thought to myself that my main goals on Instagram is, one, to gain followers, not just for the sake of having followers, but for creating an audience to deliver my message to. So having followers is definitely important, because the more people are listening to you, the more likely it is that you can translate your message. And two, I learned to count like in Europe, so this is two. So two, the second goal for me, at least on Instagram, is making sure that part of my message is to send you to that link in my bio to go do whatever it is that I want you to do. So I want to have the most people as possible go do whatever it is at that time that I want them to do. That is the goal for Instagram for me. Aside from, of course, building meaningful relationships and meeting people offline and learning things from each other. But the main reasons I, as a business, not just as a person, but as a business, am on Instagram is to get my message out to as many people as possible. Okay, so you want to craft a bio that is interesting, that is informational and actionable. And here's what I mean. You only have 150 characters to say whatever it is that you want to say to people before they go and look through your actual feed. So you want to let people know who you are, what kind of content you are going to give them, and what you want them to do next. So within my bio, the very first line under my name says that I am an indie crochet designer and certified yarnaholic, because that's who I am. So the first thing I say is that I'm an indie crochet designer. That is the meat and potatoes of me and of my business, and that's what I want you to know about me first. So what's your title? And you can definitely share that, and I encourage you to share that right up front. It's not like you're writing a resume or anything, but if one of your intentions is to sell something on Instagram, let people know who you are and what they can expect to buy from you. So I'm saying I'm an independent crochet designer, so you're going to be able to buy my designs in some fashion. And then I say I'm a certified yarnaholic because when it comes to the content, that's what you're getting from me. You're getting yarn 24/7 from me. You will never even see just a picture of my cats without some yarn in it. You won't see the coffee without some yarn in it. Every single photo that I post on Instagram has yarn, because that is my brand. Yarn and crochet and crafts, cats and coffee are my brand. So you will always see that. So I say that in my bio so that there is no mistaking exactly what you will see from me always. Another thing, you can add some visual interest to your bio by putting in line breaks and emojis. And since you only have 150 characters, putting in an emoji is an opportunity to save some space. So for example, one of the things that I have is the little envelope with a heart on it, and it says, next to it, it says tlyarncrafts@gmail.com. So basically that's saying, if you want to send me some, happy mail, or if you have questions, or one of the ways to connect with me is to send me an email at tlyarncrafts.com. Now, I know that as a business account, I have an email button, but I put that there in case somebody doesn't need to email me immediately. And honestly, I don't know exactly how that email button behaves for everyone's phones. And I don't have the mail app set up in my phone. So when I click that email button, it tries to take me to a mailing app that I don't even use. So I put my email inside of my bio, so people can get to my email. The Essential C's, cats, crochet, crafts, crochet, cats, and coffee. Yes, that is my brand in a nutshell. So if you are trying to add emojis and line breaks in your bio, what I encourage you to do is open up the Note app in your phone and type out your bio exactly how you want it to look. The easiest way to make sure that your line breaks will keep, and you can do this in your captions as well as your bio, is make sure there's no space between the last letter of the word before a line break. So for example, in my bio, the first line says independent crochet designer and certified yarnaholic. There is no space after the word yarnaholic. I just hit enter and then I go to the neckline and start typing things. If there was a space after yarnaholics, the line break wouldn't keep. So go ahead and type it in your notes app. Make sure there's no spaces after the last word on each line so your line breaks will keep. My username used to be Coffee, Cats, and Crochet. See? We're all on the same page. Oh my God, I've always wanted to know how to do the line breaks. Yes, that's how you do the line breaks. And you can put emojis in there to have some fun with your bio. I think that's a really great place, even, as well as your profile photo, to let your personality shine. Have some fun playing around with the words. And the nice thing about your bio is it's a lot easier to make edits there like sooner than you would maybe changing your profile picture. So if you see something within your bio, maybe you found out a better, more clever way to say it, you can make changes in your bio very, very easily, and it's not going to disrupt the flow of your feed, because people who are following you already are probably not checking for your bio a whole lot, aside from the link, of course. So if you change things in your bio, it's just people who are newly discovering you who are seeing it. Yes, this will be on the replay. I'll see you later if you have to leave. So make edits to your bio as often as you need to. Have some fun with it and bring your personality to it. Here's a bonus tip. All right, so those were the 5 tips. I'm going to go through the 5 tips again. Switch to a business account. Make sure your account is public. Make sure we can find you. So specifically making sure your handle and your name on Instagram are searchable and recognizable. And then 4, do the best, absolute best profile photo you can. Use your face if you can. If there's one individual face to your business, try and use your profile photo be your actual face. And then 5, write a bio that is interesting, informational, and actionable. So at some point in your bio, you should be encouraging people to click on the link or do whatever it is that you want them to do. If you want them to use a hashtag, if you want them to email you, if you want them to click the link on your bio, if you want them to go sign up for your email list, whatever it is, there should be something in your bio that tells them what you want them to do next. Do you use any hashtags for your bio? I do. I have in my bio to use the hashtag TLYC makers with an S if you want to be featured, because if you're making one of my products and you use that hashtag, I'll see it and then I repost people on Thursdays. So if anybody doesn't know already, you can now put live hashtags and live mentions in your bio. So you can put hashtag whatever, or you can put like at whatever in your bio. So let's say, for example, you have a hashtag you want people to use. You can put that in your bio and it's now live. Let's say, for example, you want to direct people to another account. Maybe you have like a D-stash page and you want to tell people, like, you can find all my patterns here, but if you want some of my D-stash yarn, here's my other account. You can put that in your bio. So again, that's giving people additional actions, which is definitely something that you want to do if you have, other things that you want people to do that you can put in your bio. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping this up, but the very, very last bonus, and I think in all honesty, this is the most important one, is to multiply your links. So as an account on Instagram, you have one link in your bio that you can send people to other places, but you can capitalize on that link by sending people to a place that has multiple links. And there's several different ways that you can do that. So I know that a lot of accounts, and I myself once used it, they use Linktree, linktr.ee. So Linktree is a free service that allows you to basically create a landing page that has additional links that you can send people to. When tapping into different types of crochet, how do you keep your feed flowing? Garment stuff. I tried to create a feed where I'm using like colors, so I have colors for my feed that I try to be consistent with. And then also, I don't really get into a ton of like stuffed animals and stuff. I used to, but I focus a lot on garments and home goods and shawls. So the way that I move between colors ends up making a lot of sense, and I'll put multiple pictures of the same product next to each other, so that helps with the flow, so nothing feels random. Anyways, so if you use Linktree, which I think Linktree is a great free resource for putting additional links, you would basically put your Linktree link on Instagram and then update the links as necessary in Linktree. I think that's great. The only thing is, I've had a couple issues with Linktree's servers going down in the past, and that's why I ultimately moved off of Linktree. There have been a couple times where I thought Linktree was gone forever and I'd lost that landing page and people were clicking on a broken link, which is terrifying to me. Like, that is an ultimate fear of mine as a business owner, that somebody's going to click on a broken link and not be able to go do what they want to do. So Linktree is definitely an option. It's free. It's very, very easy to use. So you can write it down as linktr.ee, and you can put additional links and put that link up in your Instagram bio. 2 ways that I encourage you to use if you have these things as a platform for you. One is to create just a new page on your website and use that as a landing page and put a series of links on that page and brand it. Make sure it looks really pretty. Maybe put like a little intro paragraph at the top or a photograph of you. Or if you can't create a new page, maybe you're using something like Shopify or, something that's a little bit more challenging, you can just create a new blog post and put the links in your blog post. And here's a way to get around it so it doesn't look really awkward on your blog. Make the publish date for the blog post be way in the past, so it doesn't really come up at the top of your blog feed. And then you can just link to it in your Instagram and have all those links there. Your grid is 9, post 9 of the same type, then switch. Yeah, you could totally do that too. So last thing I will say, because I have 1 minute and 13 seconds left, is if you're going to post multiple links, I encourage you to have some kind of way to track those links. If you create links through Bitly or some kind of like shortening web page, they usually will give you an option for some analytics, so you'll be able to see who and where those link clicks are coming from. All right, I have 50 seconds left. I can probably answer one question if somebody wants to throw one up super duper fast. I'm new to the maker life. How will you talk to somebody about how to photograph your designs so they look professional? It's a little bit off topic. Send that to me in a DM and let me know what you mean, and I will try to answer that for you. Okay? I've got 30 seconds left. And I love you guys so much. Please go get this pattern bundle. I am doing a giveaway for anyone who buys it through me, and you're going to get a coupon. And just, I'll probably figure out something else to incentivize it. Just go get it from me now. And once I figure out what that is, you'll already be in the running for it. Okay. The link is in my bio. You'll get the pattern. Please go do it. Sophia Cardi. I love you guys. This is going to be up on YouTube, and I will see you next week. And we're going